I was right. This game is not doing well. And regardless of if the player base slightly increased and then decreased a lot and all these sort of things that involve player bases and whatnot, I'm obviously just going to be going off of Steam charts. But Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League as a game, just a game, it's failed. It's ultimately failed. And, you know, it would be nice to say, oh, the game is really great. I was wrong, because it's a video game. I would love to be able to play it. I would spend the $70 if it was worth it. But is it? No. It's still not worth it. Even after a content update that we basically had to wait for like 2 months or something like that for it, it's still not good. As you can see, there's like the trailer stuff that I have in the background. I'm using, you know, game clips or whatever, because I'm not going to go and get it. I'm not buying the game. Like, why would I buy the game? There's a lot of people, when I had first talked about it, there's an old video on my channel where I had talked about this game and it being sort of like a failure. People were like, oh, he hasn't played it. We can't use his opinion. He hasn't played the game. Yeah, I haven't played because you can't just refund something that easily. The tutorial for this game takes so long that you wouldn't even be able to actually judge it like properly. It would take you the 2 hours for Steam to actually play through the tutorial and a couple missions to, like, you wouldn't be able to refund in time. It's sort of a scam in a way. The game is $70, okay? So that's one thing. There's crossplay and all those bits of stuff. It looks like, as you can see here, not here? Yeah, here. The game looks a little bit better to what we've seen before. But one major issue I would say is that this content that is added isn't remotely worth the wait. To what I have seen, to what has been explained to me, and we'll leave the gameplay here. I'll actually full screen it for you guys. But the gameplay that has been shown, the info that I've been given, is that Joker himself is a pretty fun character. Animation wise, he's pretty interesting, and just as a character for himself alone, not regarding the actual Arkham universe, he's pretty interesting. And I'm glad. I'm glad that I was wrong that it would be a stupid Joker. But was it worth waiting for him? No, because you need to play about like 30 missions or so of the same missions that were already in the game that were just as boring. Escort, defend this, defend that, go here, or whatever. It's not worth it. It is not worth having to go through all of that boring. Oh, this is a fucking ad. We'll cut back to it. But it's not worth going through all of the time of playing the same game to then play the same game again. There's nothing really new. There's nothing added. It's not interesting. Okay, it's popping back up now, as you see. I'll just have this playing. I don't really care. Go to game clips and like sub and like this video, because we've all seen this gameplay at this point probably. But overall, it's just not something that's worth waiting for. If every 2 months a new character comes out, and this is pretty much exactly what happens, where they add a couple bosses or something, they add a couple different items that don't really change much, they add some modifier differences and certain things like that, it's not worth it. It's not worth the wait. It is not worth the $70. The game can be very fun to you. I understand that. You can really enjoy the game, and that is completely okay. You can absolutely love this game. That's all right. The main issue that I don't think a lot of people realize is that when you go from all of the past Arkham games, not even regarding Origins, just the 3 main games, when you go from that and you go from Arkham Knight and how much people liked it, how certain people hated it, how people didn't like it or whatever because of like the car tank shit like that, but just in general, people really like those games. If you go from that and you compare it to this game now, it is completely different. The marketing for this game is a disaster. It is ultimately one of the worst gaming bits of marketing I've ever seen. It doesn't make sense. It's, I would say, clunky. They originally started it off and it was like, okay, Suicide Squad, that's cool. It was like a cinematic trailer. Cool, all right, whatever. And then they they were changing. They didn't know what they wanted for the game. They didn't know how they wanted to market it. They were like, oh, it's a story game. Oh, it's a multiplayer game. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. It wasn't like a specific zoned, like one target for what they wanted. It was several things. So it was like, okay, well then what the fuck is this? It's like the day before or whatever that one game is that was a complete scam on Steam. they never really showed proper of anything. It was a lot of, I mean, not to fully compare it to this game, but it was like there wasn't really much. It was just all false. Now don't get me wrong, you know, we'll hold on, I'll bring it back a little bit. Like, all the characters, I would say, if this game came out and it was not by the same company, it was not by Rocksteady, it was just another DC game. Okay, as you see here, we got Captain Boomerang, Harley Quinn, off to the side is King Shark, Joker, and Deadshot. You could have done this. You could have made this game and not marketed it like an idiot, and the game would have done probably really well. If you actually paid attention to the way that people wanted like the game to play, like example missions and things like that, if you made those really fun, this game would be awesome. I know that the actual like characters themselves and the way that they play their items, abilities, certain things like that can be pretty enjoyable, but overall the game is just not what people expected. Now, there are certain people who take into account that sort of thing of, oh, well, Batman voice actor passed away and they killed him. How could they do that? Batman is going to be coming back. Sorry to leak it, but like all the characters are basically coming back besides Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was the only character to get an actual good death, and it was shown through leaks and, you know, game files, all these things, bits of audio that we've seen. The Flash, Green Lantern, Superman, Batman, they're in this recovery. They were brought back, they were cloned, their DNA was used to recreate new different versions from Brainiac, and that's the ones that you fight in the game. It's really confusing. I've learned a lot of it, even though I've never fucking played the game. But understand that if they just had just this idea itself, the game itself could have been really good, but they are just ruining it. There are so many options. There are so many different choices. And to what's been explained to me, to what I found out, it wasn't like higher ups were really forcing the live service multiplayer, 4-player co-op, whatever. It was the devs. The devs wanted to do it. Because guess what? A lot of the people who work at Rocksteady now, they haven't worked, they didn't work on Arkham Knight that much. And if they were, they weren't the main people. Those main people left. They're gone. They said, deuces, I'm not making this. This shit's ass. This is what you guys want? Fuck this, I'm out. So you could say it's a little bit of higher ups at the same time. Like, it's a bit of back and forth. But I don't know. I'll show you the Steam charts real quick. Obviously, playing right now, that's 1,644. And then the 24-hour peak was 2,000. And that is... It was 3,000 as soon as the update launched, and that number quickly dropped to, not even going off of the time. I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, it was midnight somewhere, so everyone stopped playing it. We're not going to be going off of anything like that. It dropped to 1,000. There are people who will play games overnight. Don't be crazy. But a lot of things that happened with the Joker stuff was that certain people weren't even able to use the character. They couldn't, like, you're able to grind him for free, or you could pay for him, so that you don't have to play the 30 missions. You can just play as the Joker very soon. There's some other things in there as well. There's a lot of cosmetics that were sold in the shop, like emotes, different skins. There's different skins that you can get, but then they come with other additions that you need to spend more money on. And it's like, okay, what the fuck? It's like Fortnite, but if Fortnite consistently sold the same skin over and over, and you had to keep paying for a new style. Kind of to bring it into this weird area. Fortnite, when it updates the game and say you own 5 skins, one of those skins gets a new style. You don't pay for it, you just get it. Now, granted, it's a little bit different for this game. When there are styles that are, you know, different styles for a specific outfit. Technically, you didn't have it before, so it doesn't make sense to have it now. But at the same time, it's like if you're buying an outfit, you should be able to get all of the outfit. Like there's the I think it was either pre-order or deluxe edition or something, and you got a certain outfit for all of the characters, but you still had to pay for like different parts to their suits, different like pieces to them. And it's like, okay, so I didn't get all the stuff that I paid for. It's really shitty. I don't like it. Obviously, the all-time peak 2 months ago when the game came out was 13,000 because people were trying it. And if can we make this any bigger? 48, 1 month. No. All. As you can see, the player base was up here at 13,000, and then server issues, a lot of it, made it drop. went up slightly, dropped. And then just people didn't fucking play it because guess what? The story's boring. There have been issues for a fairly long amount of time. Like just to get this out of the way. There have been issues for so long for people still, even after this update, because they haven't really patched it or anything. There are a lot of people who can't even still play the game. They have yet to complete the main story. They log in, they play a mission, the game crashes, they have to repeat the mission again because it crashes before it can save. Happens for a lot of people. Some people lose all of their like saved data. Oh, that was one thing I did want to show. No one really knows him, okay? This is a creator who I've known for a while. Not like I know him buddy to buddy, but I have to... Okay, Nightwing01. Popular creator, makes a ton of Batman videos. Not, you know, it's K Nightwing or something like that. I used to watch him when I was like 10 with like Arkham City. So there is a community thing that I saw, and as you see right here, well, Joker DLC corrupted my save file, started me all over again from the beginning. All my progress, all my rewards, all my time. Oh wait, I don't know how to fucking read. My time all gone. Such a great game, Rocksteady. Not. Unless someone knows how to fix this and say I'm not covering this game, yada yada anymore. That issue has probably happened to a lot of other people. It's fucking stupid. And if you see the Reddit, which I'll show you right here, the Reddit is just as bad. The Reddit is a bunch of people who are done. They don't give a shit. It's, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. There are a lot of people. That's hair. That's a promotion. That doesn't have to do with any of this. There's a lot of. It's just so much. There is a battle pass as well. I was totally right about that. Remember seeing that shit. The battle pass wasn't in the game since launch. It was added just recently. We're gonna go back to the gameplay just to play something in the background because I'm gonna be honest. I could potentially make more videos on this game, but it's not like I'm playing it. I don't play the game. I never spent any of the money. I know people who like enjoy it. Like they have enjoyed it, and that's fine. You know, I've already said if you enjoyed it, cool. But when you understand where the game is coming from, it's not really. It's not what people wanted. It's not what people expected. It's not what people planned for. It's not what people were hoping for. The game itself is not really that good. So I am sorry for those of you who have spent the money. You've played for a good bit of time and you hoped that the game would get better. You spent money on microtransactions. Let's hope you didn't fucking do that. $70 is already enough. Microtransactions in a game that is paid for, not even free to play. Pretty fucking insane. But I hope that, you know, eventually you get your money back somehow. Call it a scam or whatever. Report it. Something like that. Be like, hey, so-and-so, just give me my money back, please, and I will. I'm never touching this game again. But yeah, not for me. I don't play. I haven't bought it, like I said. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I'm gonna be honest. Don't buy this game now. Don't do it. I'm not buying it. You shouldn't buy it. Game is, I would say, in a way, a scam. Like overall, story wise, all those sorts of things, it's not really that good. Okay, so that's gonna do it. I hope you guys have a great day, great night, great week, great month, great whole rest of the year. It really doesn't matter when it is. I'm getting Joker off the fucking screen. I hope that's great for you guys though. See ya.